So, good afternoon, everybody. Bill Squires of Bill Squires Business Coaching. And as I know you'll already know, the BizX 2023, the National Business Forum and Awards, is rapidly approaching, 20th and 21st of April at the Excel Centre in London. Great lineup of world-class speakers and 19 different national awards to hand out. And today, I'm delighted to be joined by Bill Barton of Barton Legal, who one of the many good clients that we work with, and is also an applicant for the Best Marketing Campaign Award. So, Bill, over to you. I'd like to hear more about Barton Legal and particularly more about this marketing campaign.
Hi, Bill. Great to see you again. We're specialists in commercial property and construction and engineering. We've been going about 16 years, and my co-director is also my wife, poor suffering wife, but she's the brains behind the whole outfit. And we decided at the very get-go that we wouldn't cross any boundaries, because we see too many sort of lawyers and things just going outside their areas of specialism. So we focus very clearly on commercial property, and that's only the sort of non-contentious side. And then construction and engineering, which is the bulk of our work, probably 80% of our work. And that's split between contentious and non-contentious, both domestic and international.
Thank you. And an award application for a marketing campaign from a firm of lawyers. Tell us more.
Well, lawyers, I don't think are generally very good at marketing. I've been in some very big law firms. I'm a partner at DLA, one of the largest in the world. And normally, law firms will have marketing departments. They'll have marketing people. But the lawyers themselves aren't very good at marketing or cross-selling or these sort of things. And therefore, this marketing award relates to the webinar series that we developed about 3 years ago. And that over that period, we think, hopefully the judges will agree, that we have refined into an entire process that involve the crux of which is a monthly webinar. But it's about how we market and tell people about the webinar, how we choose the speakers, how we choose the subjects, and then how we follow up and interact both with the people who have attended, but also with the material that is produced in the webinar.
Okay, so let's go back to the start of this campaign. When was that, and how did you come up with the idea?
We came up with the idea, I came up with the idea about 3 years ago. COVID had already kicked off, and there's already, things online, but they were, and there's still lots now, just so incredibly dull. I don't think it's good when you have speakers who can't see the people attending, where the people attending can't see other people attending, they can't ask any questions. And I think we have an obligation in construction, the broadest sense, to share our knowledge. I think that's, for me, has been a fundamental factor in the webinar. So I wanted something where we could share expertise, where I could see that there was a demand. People, I mean, we've had people from over 70 different countries attending the webinars. That's included, Bhutan and Nepal, tiny places that you don't think will ever attend a webinar. And I think by sharing our knowledge, then we can improve the quality in construction engineering, whether it's just lawyers or other consultants across the board, and by sharing your learning from other people's experiences. And the speakers are just fantastic, and they give information, they give hints and tips, and they relate it to cases that they've been acting on or in, and therefore the advice is very real, and you can therefore relate it to your own experience. And we have a fairly loyal audience, and I think that's is reflective of what we're delivering to them. So, yeah.
Thank you. And what would you say is your proudest point about this webinar series? What's made you most proud?
It could be. It could be that we've had, something like 3,000 people sign up and all the people attending, but it's not. I actually think the thing I'm most proud about is that we're a niche practice based in Leeds, but we have reached out and shared knowledge, us with other people and them with us, from people around the world. It's a really interactive, positive experience. And I think, there's a few people who have, hopefully lots, who have benefited.
And I hear that your objective was to share knowledge, but how has the webinar series actually impacted on the growth and development of Barton Legal as a firm?
Well, first of all, in terms of direct clients, we've gained work through the webinar. So people who have attended have then instructed us. So we've worked on £300 million project in the Maldives,
wow.
£1 billion project in Pakistan. So we've had direct large matters. We've had a number of smaller matters that have come through, partly from people who perhaps just didn't, they knew us, but perhaps they didn't realise our specialist skill. And then you have to start thinking about, well, what's the process you use to advertise the webinar? And then what's the process you use for, sign on? And what do we do the next day? And then what do we do with the webinar itself? And all of this is we've developed into a sales process, a marketing process. It's not just the webinar as a result. We repurpose the webinar into articles that we circulate through a system called Mondac, and that enables us to then reach people more widely. And by having articles, obviously it gets our name out, and that in turn hopefully encourages people to attend the webinar. So you get a virtuous circle going. So those are very positive aspects of it.
And what feedback have you had from participants, Bill?
Great. I mean, I couldn't quote everybody, obviously, but we've had some really fantastic feedback. I know that Paul Darling, OBEKC, he's described it as one of the most innovative approaches that he's ever come across. But just from people in construction and engineering, they have sent us emails to say thank you, it was really helpful, really interesting. And it's obviously lovely, it'd be amazing to win an award. But if you just have, ordinary people, whether they're solicitors or consultants of some form, who are signing up and they've gained something from it, and then we've had an email to say thank you, it's great. It doesn't need much, but yeah, lots of positive feedback, and feedback from people from different ranges.
Bill, thank you very much. That's a great story. And you must be very proud of what you, the team at Barton Legal, have achieved and what you've actually helped with in terms of construction knowledge around the world. We wish you every success with this award application, and we really look forward to celebrating with you all of the finalists and all of the winners at the award ceremony next month even. So thank you very much, and I appreciate you joining us this afternoon.
Thanks very much, Bill. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.